Welcome back, welcome back. Hope you guys doing alright. Today I want to talk about music. Not particularly, you know, modern music. In my childhood, I noticed that I liked um, orchestras and Mozart and all these things. I realized it in my teen years. So I began to play it and wonder, why do I resonate with this so much? So I go to my father, my brothers, and I go, "Did you used to listen to classical music or something?" And they would be like, "No." Then I would ask my mom. She'd be like, "No." So all that was left was my grandmother. And I used to always, my grandmother was my world. I love my grandmother a lot. So much that every single day I would go eat breakfast with her and go to the store for her. Just to listen to her tell me things. Because she was always that grandma that, could see. And she told me who I was without telling me who I was. By telling me to stay who I am. Anyway, I asked her, and she goes, "Oh, yeah, I used to play classical music when I used to watch you. I used to play it for you all the time when you were a baby. For some reason, you would calm down and stop crying when I played it, so I would just play it and you'd fall asleep listening to it." And that baffled me. And then I realized why I like it. Well, I thought I did. Because it was played to me in my youth, in the very beginning stages of life. So why mere other kids in the 80s were listening to rap and their moms and dad, that's all they're playing in the house. So their vibrations you're being vibrated towards that. You're being turned towards that. So when you get older and you hear it, you're like, why do I resonate with acting like a fucking jackass and all these low vibrational beats, which is making my soul low vibrational? I didn't know that at this time. So as I realized this, because she told me, I said, all right, let's listen to more. And then I started exploring different things and ran into a lot of Japanese and Chinese type of traditional beats. And oh man, it was a good thing. Later on, I started to understand the power of music because every music that I listened to made me feel something. So I understood that if I want my feelings to be the way I want, I need to listen to music when certain things make me feel the other way. So, that's why we got the Last Dragons and I Need a Gangster and all these different songs that are probably misunderstood. It's either too rough, I guess, or it's too light, but it's not. I understand the songs. I know what I want them to mean for me in my life. So, it's understandable to be misunderstood. As I began to understand this, because I ended up meeting a girl that she was different. She wasn't like the the city girls because she was raised in, I think, somewhere near the country, Vermont or somewhere out, where it's not as city like. So she liked different music, rock and roll and this and that and R&B and rap, but different rap, not just the gangster shit. So as we explore our relationship and change songs and say, you ever hear this? You ever hear that? Hey, well, I like this. Do you like listen? Oh, you think I only like rap? Alright, let me show you something. Let me put you on something. Then you got them sitting there listening to Mozart and fucking all this other, you know, different stuff. And they're like, wow, I would have never thought by the look of you, you would even be listening into these things, nor when you show me it, you show the purpose. You don't just say, I like this because I like it. I like it because of this, this, and this, and this, and you can use it like this. This is how I use it. So, as I began to trade songs with her, learning about the Beatles and, you know, other things like that, and all these different hippie type things, I liked it. It made sense to my more peaceful nature. The side of me, the hood, you're a hippie in the hood, you're food, you're a pussy. And they will come, and they will take from you. So, as me and this woman started to, explore our sexual nature, I began to understand things that I didn't really understand. I was more experimenting. But I would play these songs while we would do things. And it was because, like every other generation, we're taught, you could get a woman in the mood with the musics and the slow jams and So you try those things. But, I like to try other things. Because we explored so much with music and me finding these things, these instrumentals on YouTube, and I would learn things because she was a massage therapist and she asked me to help her, so I asked her to tell me what she would learn, and we would train on each other, and she would teach me how to do it, and I'd learn a new skill and not be bored trying to just figure out helping her. I'm not just gonna help you and not get nothing out of it. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm gonna get something out of it. Now, if I gotta pick up this other skill, hey, fuck it. But what I didn't know is I was learning that skill to use it with my mental abilities to connect it together because I'm a musician. So as I began to understand these things and notice things, like when you're in a massage parlor, they play certain music, don't they? They play very, very relaxing music. And then they massage you, right? That's because you want to be relaxed. And then I learned scientifically, your muscles and stuff, they respond to things. Hot, cold, vibration. And then I understood, oh, when they play the soothing music, it soothes your mind, which soothes your muscles. It gets you warmed up, ready. And then when they're actually doing it, you're more connected than just getting a massage. Now your brain and your muscles are being massaged. And then, as I began to learn and try these massages with her and techniques, she told me, yo, you're really good at this. Like, you should probably, go to school for this and blah, blah, blah. And, you're really good. There's something about your hands, the way you do it. And I used to always think it was because she was my girlfriend, you know what I mean? She likes me. So I always figured You know, she likes the way I touch her. But as I journeyed on in life and gave other people massages, males or females, I realized, because they said the same thing, yo, when you do it, yo, like, yo, my shoulders feel, my back feel so good, bro. I wanna lay down now for some reason. I wanna just lay down and go to sleep. And I'd be like, what the fuck is that? So, you know, I'm a more spiritual man trying to find the Lord and all these other things. And so I leave all of that shit behind as I go to learn the Bible and science and all these things. So as I learn these things, I start to realize that these are the things that they stripped away from us. They teach us to make love to love songs. But what songs are we listening to? They're Satanistic songs. We don't, or maybe nobody's ever done this. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just doing what I do. So what I realized is music, because I did this myself when I was rapping. I used to want to talk to my friends about real shit, and I started rapping so I could talk to them about real shit through my lyrics. So I tried a science experiment one day on them, and nobody knew. Because I used to always have parties, and everyone had, I was the party house, you know? And I wanted to try a science experiment on them because I learned a long time ago that, you know, music changes people's vibration. What do they say? Music calms the beast, right? So me being a young man, and I like power. I understand the game. The other side uses the same power, and they influence you to do stupid shit. So me being a Jedi, I must use the same power and make you do good shit. But I didn't understand that over here, you can't make someone do it. You have to give them the choice. You show them the techniques, you show them the Lord, you show them the law, and you say, "Hey, bro, this is your choice. I can't trick you nor force you into this, because then it's not real. It's like the other team." So anyway, as I began to play our favorite hardcore instrumental songs, and I would just have conversations about regular topics and talk about things, right? It would bring the animosity out of no matter what we talked about. We talked about sex or friendship and blah, 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 wins, losses. If we're talking about wins and losses and all that, everyone start talking about their wins over the other people we defeated and da-da-da. Once we get finished with that, that's when the hate starts. Everybody starts talking about defeating each other and who's better. And as soon as that shit would happen and we start targeting each other, I switched the song to a love song and then switched the subject to another subject. And then as everyone would be talking about that same subject, as the beat changed, they would start talking different. It would be lighter and lighter, and the aggression would, and I said, "Oh shit." And then I jump in and say something, "Hey, what y'all think about this?" And then change the subject, and it'd be a lighter subject. And they would smoothly transition right into that. Even though they just dissed each other and was literally about to argue and fight with each other. "Nigga, you ain't gonna play me, nigga. Bitch, who you think it is?" And all that, you know what I mean? And I started to understand my magician powers. And then, later on in life, you know, years ahead, as I was casted out, and the Lord said, it's time to go learn and do other things. I started to do it to myself. This is why I say, I'm not playing when I say I go to work and listen to these certain instrumentals and da-da-da-da, these warrior instrumentals, because it changes the way you work. You go harder. I'm not playing when I say when I want to get in a deep thought or whatever, I walk around the streets listening to shit like this. Because that's what it helps you do. And as I began to understand, you must build your own soundtrack in life. You know, to keep you going on the path you want. Because you're going to hear other music, other people talk, other this and other that, and blah, 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 blah. And they're always gonna try to throw you off your fucking vibration. They're always gonna get you off your path to happiness. They're always gonna fuck your shit up. They don't even know they're doing it. Can you control what music that people play around you? No. Do they know it's idiot ass music that's destroying their DNA and their body? No. They don't know, so they're gonna do it anyway. They're idiots. You have to forgive them, for they not know. Anyway, so as I began to realize that it's actually working on myself on the worst days of my life, when people rob me of jobs and opportunities and breakups and all these different things, and I always go back to these songs and these things, and it always lifts my spirit up in the time of brokenness, reminding me of the time that I wasn't broken, letting me know that, yeah, well, shit happens. You're not going to feel this way forever if you don't let yourself. You have to do something. So, as I, began to go on in life, understand these things, I began to, get back out there in the world and be with women. But now, a little different, a little more mature in my ways, but still young and stupid. But, I want to do things different. I want to see what I'm really learning. But now, it's all stranger women and new state, new this, and so it's not the same. I can't just explore these things with a woman because, one, you don't deserve it, and then two, you're not going to know what you're doing, and you're going to put your negative vibrations and your boogity-boogities on me. So, after years of already being celibate because of wilding out, so, see my first road of celibacy for years. So, I eventually get with one, and I want to try something different because now I got all these instrumentals, and so, I do the deeds, and I try with this instrumentals. And when I say it was different, it was very it was strange because she wasn't particularly the most holy woman or whatever, but it did something, because when I say the change in her it was like weird. It was like it was like I did something, but I don't know what I did. But of course, family, friends, stupid fucks hate on this, and they convinced her to get rid of me. Even though I took all the stress away and all the fucking look, making it like she literally looked like she was dying. So stressed out, having to work all the time, and her fucking kids screaming all the time, cursing her out, and all these things she had to worry about, and never have any actual peace. And I know another man was there before me, so it was like, I don't know. That's why I say I'm very misunderstood. And when I teach this sexual nature stuff and all these things, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because I've done it. I've actually done it. And this is why I try to show people these things, so that you can try. With your girlfriend. With your wife. And you can take some of that sadness away from her. Because, a dick isn't just for you to be pleasured. A dick isn't just to make a baby. Our bodies are more than what they allow us to know. Why? Because then they get to say, I got a degree and I'll fucking show you. I'll give you the medicine. Here, take this. You get it? Anyway, I don't believe um, that I'm right about everything. And when you are learning things, you know, you're gonna be wrong until you get it right. I don't think I'm learning or doing something new though. I think I'm finding something that was always here because everything has always been here. My everything's already been done. Nothing's new. It's hidden. It's forgotten. Or it hasn't been discovered. But it's here. So this is what people don't understand. I get it though. So my father taught me the best about the unknown and how it could be right in front of your face. It's right there. All you gotta do is see it and make it real. Now, it's very, it's like, it's strange. It's hard for me to, you can't be exactly sure how to say something if you don't know exactly sure what you're talking about. And just because you did something, you know, doesn't mean you can always do it again. But, like every great scientist says, to prove something's real, you must complete it 3 times. And then you know it's real. You know? And I think I did it more than twice, at least. At least twice, at least. At least. But like I say, sex and doing these things doesn't keep a woman. Because it's not meant to be. It's not meant to. You know? The thing that I teach about sex, this world we're trapped in, people are running around having sex anyway. Get it? So, you know, no one's teaching them how to do it responsibly and explore it in a more safer and better way. Think about it. Every party, every girl that went out in the club, you had sex to crazy ass sexual lusty music. Has a man ever laid you down to something that was had no words to it and had a soft, loving vibration of, like, you know, something you can't just slam dance to? Try it one day. Put some actual romantic music on without words, and then see what it's like. You know? Cause I could swore women, you know, they all want to be made love to and the romance and the do. But I don't remember the last time I went to sleep with a woman. They put some fucking romantic music on. They put some fucking Carly B or some dumb shit on. You're looking at them like, yo, the fuck have I gotten myself into? I'm not saying all women are like this. I'm sure there's plenty of, you know, women that don't do that. They don't even put music on. The good girls. Does that mean they shouldn't do it too? They shouldn't heighten, you shouldn't use this mental stimulation. Right? Right? Because the Lord forbids it, right? I don't know where he said that, but, you know, maybe he did. You know? See, the thing about GMB is the main reality of GMB is I figured out a long time ago why the bad side has so many people. Because they took over what appears to look like the good side and said, yous have to be corny as fuck and yous have to pretend everything is a wooden board straightforward fucking corn shit. The children and all people love cool things. It's not cool to be with the Most High. It's corny. It's lame. They make us make ourselves lamos so the children will definitely not want to be around us. They don't want to hear that shit, Sharif. Get it? Now I get it for the ones that are holier than thou and virgins and stay with the stiff as a board, whatever. But for the billions and millions of us that already had sex and have no fathers, have no mothers, we already made mistakes and all of this. We need a fucking bridge back to the Most High. And if we're not completely cleaned and the way yous want, we're not allowed to go with yous. Yous made it very clear. If you don't have enough this and an education, you're not there. Okay, no problem. I get it. We got to clean ourselves up before we're over there. Alright, no problem. But how do we get there? Oh yeah, you just say you just have to do everything at 100% and well, look at your team now. You're outnumbered by the billion. You did such a good job recruiting for the Most High. Don't you get the game? That's what this shit is. You're supposed to be on the Most High's team. You're supposed to be recruiting. If you're on the Devil's team, you're supposed to be recruiting. The Devil literally has majority of everyone on his team. And so I don't give a fuck who you are. You haven't been doing your job. You dropped the fucking ball. Am I lying? Do the facts not, numbers? Do they say numbers don't lie, right? So don't tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't think I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I do. So many people want to change. But we can't. We don't know how. And the way you tell us is obviously too hard. Because if it wasn't, more people would do it. So, are you wrong? No. But is that level for people that got tricked and pounded and all of this, got demons on them and mental abuse and MK Ultras and all these fucking things they do to people? And leave us to the wayside. Right? That's why I made GMB up. Because there is no club for us. Even though there's more of us than there are you good motherfuckers or you bad motherfuckers. Yous all live off of us. We're your power. And I'm sick of being fucking used. And told I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I don't want to hear that shit no more. I don't want to think it. I don't want to feel it. When I know I'm out here putting in work. Chopping down the trees to a new path. Building a bridge for my brothers and sisters so we can go back home. You don't care if we can go back home. You want the glory of the Lord for yourself. The less of us that make it, the more you get to have, right? It's not what the Lord said. He said he's divvying everything up equally. And many of the ones you leave behind, we're going to make it anyway. And the Lord's going to have his new teachers redeem us, take our sins away, remove the brainwashing. Because yous won't. You don't want to do your job. It's not your job. You just signed up for it. All love.